I was like, we're going to be the biggest band in the world. And they were like, what? Like, they were like, you're nuts, you, like. But I really did kind of believe then that, like, this is what I was going to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you kind of get jaded once you hit 17, 18.
17 Going Under, number
Yes.
one, which is amazing and well deserved as well. And I
Insane.
think actually it seemed to be the record of the year across the board.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
respected
you very
on
much.
many guises, and lyrically I think connected on so many levels with people, which I know has always
Yeah.
been a real important aspect of it for you. hasn't it, as well?
No, definitely. Thank you very much. No, it's luscious.
Mean it.
It was a lengthy labour for this album. You know, it was like I did about 60 songs, wrote loads of songs for it. I think it's because the first album did so well, much better than I ever expected. So there was that like level of kind of fear that I was like I had to deliver for the second one, and then it's done so much more than I ever expected. I mean, we've never been in the top 40 in a singles chart, you know, and we're top three. We're three last week, you know,
Yeah,
which is
right.
just nuts. Like, the label was saying that we're like there hasn't been a guitar band like in the top 10. When we got into the top 10, there hadn't been a track in the top 10 since like 2013, which was the last time was like Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, I grew up listening to Arctic Monkeys, so it's like
Yeah.
bizarre, you know.
You must have so much kind of material and ideas around the kind of idea of 17 Going Under. When I was sat listening to it again, I revisited it today. It took me back to and 17 was a very tricky year for me. I was thinking, oh my God. I mean, it's a real marking point, isn't it?
And it's a very tricky
Yeah.
year for most people. It's always quite a transitional time. I mean, a lot of it's kind of, some kids are going off to uni, some kids are, you know, there's so much pressure on you at that age to kind of know what you want in your life. And who the hell knows what they want at 17, you know?
Yeah.
And it's that kind of all like, right, what are you going to do then? What are you going to do? And it's like, I don't know. Sit in the park and,
Yeah.
you know, smoke ciggies with me mate tonight. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but what do you want to do? You know what I mean? And for me at that time, it was just me and my mother and living in the flat, and she wasn't very well, and there was like, so it kind of, that was where the first song came from there, you know, because I was kind of old enough to understand what was going on around us. She was having, you know, issues. She was unemployed and had fibromyalgia and was struggling with her mental health and that because she couldn't work. And this is a woman who'd worked all of her life, and the DWP kept taking her to tribunals, taking her to court to prove that she was fit to work, which subsequently made her worse, you know.
Yeah, vicious
So it was one of
cycle.
them things. I was 17 years old, and you're kind of old enough to kind of understand what's going on, but you're like not old enough to be able to do anything about it. So it was kind of the backdrop of that whole record, you know. It was that kind of teenage angst,
Yeah, sure.
rage against the government.
Yeah, for sure. To put it mildly.
Yeah.
What would you say to your 17-year-old self now?
I'd probably say tidy a room.
It's gone all right though, hasn't
Tidy
it?
a room, because, you know, you're just a messy bugger and your mum probably needs the help. No, man. I did a whole letter to me 17-year-old self thing on this for people who'd signed up to the email, the fan mail thing. I think in that I said, like, don't put the pressure on yourself to, I don't know, I've no idea. I think stick to your guns, I think I said, actually. I think it was something like stick to your guns, because I knew then that I wanted to do music. You know, well, I knew at 13, really. Like, at 13 years old, I was like, right, I'm going to be in a rock band, and, like, this is what I'm going to do. I actually had a band when I was, like, 13, 14. We used to rehearse in this kid's garage in Billy Mill, next to Billy Mill Roundabout, for anybody who knows where that is. And when on the way back home, I was like, we're going to be the biggest band in the world. And they were like, what? Like, they were like, you're nuts, you, like. But I really did kind of believe then that, like, this is what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get jaded once you hit 17, 18, 19, you go, oh, maybe this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of stuck at it. So I stick to your guns. I think that's what I'd say. Sorry, that was a really long
No,
answer.
no, follow
Took
your gut.
Absolutely ages.